again. I'm here today to do a little melt review. I've got quite a bit of feedback from my students that they're stiff and sore and just tense, so I thought today I'd offer up a little feel good for you. So I recommend a soft roller if you have one. If you don't, I would recommend any roller versus not doing it at all. But if it's really stiff and it doesn't feel good, you could put a mat or a towel or a blanket on your roller, and that'll help soften things up. So we're going to start with a rebalancing sequence, and that begins with just little side to side, almost as if you were going to fall off your roller. Just trying to sync up our nervous systems, get them all working together here. And for those of you that have taken Melt with me, you'll know we want to get into our 6 dimensions of breathing. We'll take a couple of more. For those of you that aren't familiar with that, that's when we try to get our ribs and our belly, diaphragm, everything moving with us. So after we've rocked back and forth a couple of times, you'll find yourself center. We're going to take an exhale and you're going to imprint your low back right down onto the roller, and then inhale, let your back come right off until you find that little natural gap underneath. We're going to take 4 more there, so it's an exhale to a gentle imprint, and then inhale a little release off, exhale to the imprint, and then a release, and then an imprint, and then release. 1 more, trying to loosen up low back, hips, and pelvic region. And let's hit our shoulders and mid-back. So we're going to reach our arms up to the ceiling. Elbows are going to stay straight. On your inhale, you're going to reach your arms up to the ceiling as if there was something up there you wanted to grab, keeping the elbows straight. On your exhale, you're going to glide the shoulder blades down and let them give a gentle squeeze onto the roller. And then we're going to inhale, take a nice reach up. Exhale, a little squeeze. This is protraction and retraction of our shoulder blades. Again, just trying to move your shoulders, and especially releasing in that mid-back region where we tend to hold a lot of tension. This doesn't have to be huge. If anything doesn't feel good or you feel grinding and clicking, I would say try different ranges of motion, and that might help it. We're going to take 2 more here. A little inhale as you reach. Exhale as you squeeze the shoulder blades together. 1 more little reach, and then down. And then we're going to do a little elevation and depression. So with your shoulder blades on that roller, you're going to gently glide the shoulder blades up to the ears and then down to the hips. Up to the ears and then down to the hips. Whew. Adding in your inhales and your exhales that work best for you. And you might find some knots, some sore spots. We're going to take 2 more here. And then lower the arms right on down from there. We're going to take it into our sacroiliac joint. So we're going to straighten 1 arm and leg out to the side. On that side, you're going to slowly roll off the roller. The roller is going to go sideways between your hips and your heels. And as we begin to get your pelvis up on this roller, this is going to be another instance where you don't want your pelvis elevated and turn your head for too long. So you're going to lift your hips. The roller is going to go underneath of your low back / sacroiliac joint area. And then 1 at a time, legs are going to come up into our tabletop position. And hands are going to come behind your thighs. And just give yourself a hug in. Don't worry about the range. But just see if you can get a little stretch in your low back. And as we compress the front of your body, this is always an opportunity to see how much you can get some breath into the back of your body and into the sides of the ribs, trying to work those intercostal muscles. We'll do 1 more slow breath in and out. And then our hands come to the roller. Knees come a little bit off of your chest, not to a true tabletop, defaulting a little closer to you. And we're just going to take little rocks side to side. And this is just going to start to give a little self-massage across your sacrum, on your sacroiliac joint area. And as you can see, I'm adjusting a little bit, so always feel free that you can adjust the roller as you feel it works best for you. And this is not only kind of a little release, but it's also an assessment of your body right? We're gonna see how one side feels versus the other. I always like to start on the side that would be less tender, tight, or sore. If you don't have a side that feels that way, I'll recommend starting on the left because that's where I'm starting. So knees are together, I'm staying on the left side of my pelvis, and I'm just gonna draw little circles with my knees. They're not big, they're really small, and just a few. Again, self-massage through our sacroiliac joint. And then we're gonna reverse the direction of those circles. Again, complementing this work with slow breaths in and slow breaths out. And then we'll do one more. We'll take little scissor knees back and forth. They're not very big, just some cross shearing of the gluteal fibers. And then we're gonna come into stillness, take one great big breath in and out, and on the exhale, imagine your whole body can just sink onto the roller and into your mat. Do the same work on the other side. Again, circling the knees around. Honoring, again, you may need to adjust, and that one side might be different than the other. We'll take two more. And then we're going to reverse the circles. Going nice and slow. You don't have to follow my pace, but sync it up to your breathing pattern. There you go. And we'll reverse that direction. Again, slow breaths in and out. We'll take little scissor knees back and forth. Check, I'll do a little body scan, make sure you're not holding any undue tension in neck or shoulders. And then we'll come into stillness, take one nice big breath in and out, letting your body sink down onto that roller, into the mat. And then we'll come through center and do a little hip release, a little hip flexor release. So I'm gonna bring both hands behind my left thigh, and my right foot's going down onto the mat, keeping your knee bent for now. And then take a peek at that leg. Make sure it's not splaying out to the side, but you want that knee right in line with your hip. And as you gently pull that opposite leg in, you might start to feel a little opening in the front of your hip. Hanging out here, if this is a good stretch and release for you, if you wanted to add on, you can start to slowly straighten the knee, keeping your foot down onto the mat with slow breaths in and out. And get that sensation that you're kind of bracing your pelvis with that leg pulling in, reaching that opposite leg away from you. Take one more slow breath in and out. And then on your exhale, you're going to draw your right knee into your chest. And then left foot goes down onto the mat. I'm tight today. I've been doing a lot of bar work. So getting a sense of how much stretch you're getting in there. We're pulling that right knee in. Take a peek where that leg is. Thigh should be in line in your hip, not bowing out to one side. Then when you're ready, if you're ready, you can slowly start to straighten your left leg. And just take your slow breaths in and out, honoring one side might be different than the other. And double check that you're not hiking your shoulders up to your ears. It's your biceps that are helping to hold that leg in. We'll hold for a couple more nice slow breaths in and out. On your next exhale, you're going to pull that left knee up into your chest. We're going to set the right foot back down onto the mat. We're going to do a little hamstring release. So you're going to bring your leg out away from you, not too far, just as much as you can get a straight knee. You're going to flex the ankle, draw that leg in towards you, and just start to feel a nice release in the back of your leg. And keep that ankle as flexed as you can. Slow breaths in and out. Again, check your neck and shoulders. 2 more slow breaths in and out. You might even be able to bring that leg a little bit closer to you. And then we'll bend that knee, bring the opposite knee into your chest. That foot goes down. We'll shoot that leg out just as far as you can get the knee totally straight. You'll draw that leg in towards you. Again, not letting the knee bend. And just take slow breaths in and out. A little body scan while you're here. Making sure you're not holding any undue tension anywhere. Couple more slow breaths in and out. Keeping the leg as straight as you can. The more you flex the ankle, the more stretch you'll get in. And then we'll bend the knee, set that foot down. You're gonna lift your hips, slide that roller away. You go, take just a couple of breaths in and out there. Gonna finish it off with just a couple of hip rolls. You're gonna tuck your tail, take a nice lift up. And on your roll down, put your back big in to just release a little bit. And then roll that right down. And there's your melt release for today. It's your rebalance and sacroiliac joint release. I hope you feel as good as I do after, and have a super day.